And it would appear that we are live for this evening's episode, which was not planned, but I'm doing anyways because it finally rained, and hopefully that means that all the shit in the air that's been driving my allergy nut. I'm off to a great start tonight, aren't I? All the shit in the air that has been driving my allergies insane will not be here tomorrow, and I'll actually feel good for once. This is the Not Dave Grohl Show, and I am not doing the tagline tonight because this is an improvised episode. Because I decided this evening that after last evening's demonstration, there is hair in my face. What is going on? That I needed to go ahead and do what I said I was going to do and create that project template that has all the parallel compression stuff set up. So that's what we're going to do this evening. And I'm going to make a bunch of low-key jokes and do all of my normal ranty stuff that you guys so enjoy. Or so you say, anyways. I was even going to do this one unmade up until I sat in front of the camera and said, fuck no. I will tell you what, being on camera more and more and finding the ways to make yourself actually look good on camera makes me understand why women never leave the house without makeup on. Enough so that I now no longer leave the house without makeup on. There, I said it. I admitted it. But that is what I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to do it on camera because that requires sitting here, so why not? Why not milk it for content? Why not, people? So, here is what we are going to do. We are going to switch scenes. We are going to pull up a Reaper. We are going to get OBS the hell out of the way so that I can actually see what I'm doing. And the very, very first thing that we are going to do, as you can see, I've already got this loaded up. This will be my template for the evening. We are going to call this MIDI sequence so that I never have to do any of this stuff again. So let's see, I need that through that. We're going to drag them up here. We're going to delete all of these out. And yes, this means that I am going to go ahead and get all my effects programmed on the channels that I already have them. And at the end, we are going to save them so that I can just automatically have this ready. Whatever I did right there was not what I was going for. All right, so we have that done. Let's create the parallel bus. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to name this stuff better. Kick. Snare top. Snare bottom. And you guys can feel free to keep me entertained in the comments with your normal absolute psychosis. Because it's fun for me. So we have all that. And then overhead. Spot mic. mono mic and room mic. There, we can clearly read all of this stuff. So, now, let's go ahead and route this really quick. Kick, snare, rack, floor 1, and floor 2, and as per yesterday, we are going to... Oh, wow. That might explain why my mic sounds so weird. We are going to set it up exactly the way that we did yesterday when we were working on the cure track. We're going to say, I'm going to default all of these to pre-fader. And yes, I know there's some of this you cannot see because it does not generate all the windows and all the things. Something I will fix at some point in time. And so we need more suitable drums here. So we're going to program something. What do I want to do? It's probably going to be a bit slow. I'll look this up really quick. You know what? We're just going to do that section. All right, so first things first, we are going to loop this, and we're going to do some leveling. Got that in there. Something a little bit different for once. Most boring drum groove ever. And then what I think I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and, oh no, I want to mute the parallel so that it's not necessarily in there, because I will no doubt have to make adjustments to that for every drum groove that I write. And then when I am done, then I can blend it back in. So that's going to stay muted. That's going to stay like that. Now, the other thing that I want to do, let's go ahead and FX chains, save all as FX chain. We're going to save that. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. FX chains, save all. Let's call this kick. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my snare settings. Call it that. All right, and we'll call that that. And then project templates. Save as a project template. I'm going to call it GGD drum config plus live mic. I already saved my mic FX. So base group. And then I'm going to go through and add my common FX chains and settings to these and build them out. Maybe. I don't know. track color. No, I want my whole. No. There, and that gives me everything basic. I don't have to sit here and go through all of these things every single time I set up a new project. And everything looks nice and pretty down here. So let's go back in here, project templates, save, slide mic. That makes everything nice and pretty and laid out for every recording session that I do both on and off camera. That ended up taking a lot less time than I thought it was going to. And it actually sounds not half bad for it being mostly undialed. But I want it that way because if it is undialed, then that means that I can be ready to mix. But of course, this project layout is probably, with all this all these FX running, I will probably render all this stuff out as stems and move them to a new project and proceed to mix the project in a new project file. But and then get rid of all of the effects channels and all that stuff. But that is a more complex issue for a completely different time. But because this took less than 30 minutes, oh well. I was hoping to work a little bit more content out of this, but one thing I do need to do, because this is really bugging me, I need to maybe it's still hitting that threshold. But I think what will end up, yeah. So what I'm doing is I've added a noise gate to my microphone so that once it hits below a certain threshold, it stops picking up everything in the room. For those of you that regularly play guitar or any instrument for that matter, you're probably very familiar with what a noise gate is. But what I am trying to do is, you know what? I have been wanting to try. I want to throw an expander on here while I am at it. May as well play around with that. Tonight's just me teching around for the hell of it. Because maybe I can get all of that low interference out. I don't want a vocal rider. What I do want is what is it that I want? You know what? That might be... Yeah, I don't want a live vocal rider. What I do want... I don't want a vocal bender. Yeah, let's try Silk here. And having this on the end of it. Ooh, that already sounds pretty good. Let's de-S my vocals a little bit. And dynamics. This really isn't the one I want. Oh, here's the one I want. We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna do it like this, and oh, I don't like that. My problem with this is it adds a slight delay to it, which is not what I want. And I'm wondering if maybe Silk being in there. No, it's just, yeah. And it's not even doing what I want it to do. Okay, so... as much that's not what I want. Let's see here. Wow, my phone is going off. Let me check this really quick. All right. What I do, let's see here if MV2. Let's try that plugin. We may as well mess around with this for a minute. Now this should give me the downward expansion I need. That should be filtering out vocal levels. Maybe a bit. No, we're going to leave that alone. Let's squash. See, that's still adding way too much. Squeeze vocals. And that's not really giving me what I want here. What I really want is to squash the lowest level I possibly can so that I get rid of all of that backward noise that's being picked up from my fan. So, because every time I speak, you can hear it come in, and I don't like that. But I don't know. Maybe we can get to the point where maybe we can find a sweet spot here between the loudness and without all of that background noise in the process, because that's what I want to. All right, MV2 is not having quite what I hoped. So let's do NS1. Let's try the NS1. I gotta mess with this stuff at some point in time anyways, so it may as well be tonight. And let's see if... Oh, wow. Yes, that is perfect. That is exactly what I'm looking for. That is the kind of downwards compression that I'm looking for. That's a lot better. I like it. Let's see. What is my vocal level actually at right now? Let's find live mic. I'm at -18. Let's see if I can push this just a little bit. Maybe get it up to right around -12 or so. That's a little too high. Let's back it down just a bit. Okay. So that's about -9, about -14.5. And we can bring up, if we bring it up to 100%, that's a little too much. A little too much, a little too much. How about, yeah, maybe about right there. That's perfect. I think I just figured out the magic ticket. Not complaining about this in the slightest. Not in the slightest. So, and yeah, very little of that noise is getting through. It's getting nice and squashed the way that I want it to. And it's still looking like I am getting a pretty decent amount of headroom, even though I think after the limiter, let's go ahead and add an EQ in here. And let's see if, okay, that's really maybe about right there. Maybe bring my vocals up like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the episode after this and see exactly. Let's go ahead and put a high pass there. And we're going to cut about right there. And I am going to just the noise suppressor for just a second so that I can kind of get an idea of where my voice sounds pretty decent. And that's really high, that's really high, that's really high, that's really high. As a matter of fact, I should be rolling off some of that low end. And we're going to try, or that high end actually, we'll try to roll that off. And maybe about right there. My voice sounds pretty clear. So let's add the noise suppressor back in. And let me take the gate out really quick and see if it's... Yeah, it's all... Even with the gate off, it's still sounding pretty suppressed. Maybe put that up at the... No, that's a bad idea. We definitely don't want to do that. We want to do that after. Okay, so lesson learned here. That's cool. I don't know if there is anybody hanging out in any of the chats. Let me know how this sounds, because I think it sounds pretty good, but then again, I am listening with headphones on, so I don't know for sure. But it seems to me like most of the noise is getting suppressed. Maybe I could put this a little bit higher. Maybe just a little bit higher. Maybe to about right there. And that seems to be getting all the noise out, and it's just getting my voice in. So, let's go ahead and move this back over here. And I'm going to go ahead and resave this preset for right now. Okay, we'll go ahead and save that like that. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And I'm going to bring back OBS. And go ahead and switch the scene. It's not like anybody can see my plugins anyways, because I don't have that view set up right now, because I had to restart everything again because OBS doesn't work well. But that being said, streaming software is streaming software. So, I don't know that I've got a whole lot to talk about tonight, now that I'm done with all that. Not that I really had anything planned, but I did, oh, you know what? I do have something to talk about tonight. As soon as I ended stream last night, I decided to go ahead and run that mix that I did with headphones on last night through my 7-inch monitors, and it's only added to the credence that one should not mix with headphones. They should always be using monitors, because that mix sounded terrible. And I spent the next 20 minutes after that rebalancing everything, getting it sounding the way that it should sound. I should actually play that back tonight so that everybody can hear what I did with it versus the way it was left on stream. I don't have the original mix anymore. I did not keep it. It was not worth listening to. It sounded freaking terrible. But what I can do is I can add that into this really quick, and we can go back and listen to it really fast, and you can see why I say mixing with monitors is a way better way to do things, because the mix that I've got now actually sounds very close to album quality with not much. I'm going to save this effects chain here really quick, and I'm going to, let's see, where is it? Spoken Vox with gate, and we're going to resave that to add the noise suppressor in there. And what we are going to do really quick, I'm going to go ahead and add a track in here, and I think that song was at 151. So let's go ahead and insert media file. The Cure, Just Like Heaven. All right. And we're going to listen to this really quick, and then I'm going to kill stream, because I don't have a whole lot going on that I need to discuss tonight. And I kind of did what I set out to do, even though I did not initially intend on doing this. So, and let me mute out the drums that I made really quick. And here we go. And let me turn off the loop. Always something. So as you can see, that is a hell of a lot more balanced. That is pre-mastering, by the way. So I would, I would have to put it through a mastering session to get the volume where it needed to be for it to be released on anything. But the point of the matter is that that sounds way better than what I did through headphones last night. So that is why you should not mix with headphones. That is going to be my credo moving forward. I don't care who argues with me, and I don't care how professional they are. Just don't do it. Use monitors, because that sounds way more balanced. You can hear all the instruments. Everything is where it needs to be. It's not overly loud. It's not bleeding all over the place. That was the first thing I noticed, was how bad everything was, just kind of bleeding and grating on the ears and not where it needed to be. And that was really disappointing, because through that headphone monitors, what I did last night actually sounded really good. But then I ran it back through my room monitors, and I was just like, no, that was frightening. That was horrible. But that is why we do these things, and that is why we choose to screw up, because screwing up teaches us things so that we do them better the next time around. And I will die on that hill. So break things and then figure out how to fix them, or hold on to a belief and then be open to evidence that maybe your belief is not right and is not the best for what you're trying to do, so that you can improve and be better and do and do whatever it is that you do better. Just always be open to new possibilities. One of these days, this pop filter is going to sit where I need it to sit. But that does not appear to be today. Um, but anyways, this was unplanned, and um, I just wanted to get in here and get this done, and I figured I may as well just do it on camera so that everybody else can watch it and see what I did. As always, if you have any questions, always ask me. I will do my best to answer them on the next stream. But for now, I have a lot of drum programming to do. And I guess the last thing to say about that first Cure cover was I sent it off to Rob Montgomery, the one that's been doing vocals on a lot of my stuff as of late. And the first thing he said was, dude, please tell me you're going to do a full cover of this, and please tell me I can sing on this. To which I replied, fuck yes, please, and thank you. So the version that I'm going to end up producing and putting out for everybody to be able to listen to on YouTube, and quite possibly, I don't know. I've got to figure out the whole licensing thing, because there's sync licensing and mechanical licenses and all that stuff. And I don't know what is necessary if I'm not trying to make money off of it. But that will get thrown into the cover rotation. And I still have stuff to finish for the failure mix. And then, of course, I've got to start cutting a video together for that, because it's got to be out by the end of the month if I am going to make the schedule that I set forth a couple of streams ago. And I am trying my damnedest to stick to all the deadlines that I'm setting forth for myself going forward, to make sure that I'm actually doing the things that I say that I'm going to do. Because I have a tendency to start things and get really far into them and then not look at them for 6 months. So, but yes, be looking forward to that. Especially if you're a Cure fan, I'm going to do my absolute best to do a one-to-one cover of that song. Even though that is not normally the way I want to do things. I feel like that's one of those songs where it is perfect the way that it is, and there is absolutely no reason to change anything about it, and that it should be performed as is. So that'll be another one-to-one cover. Still need to finish the Save by Zero one. That one needs to go into rotation too. And the Hum cover is in progress. So lots of stuff to look forward to, a lot of work to look forward to. And it's going to be very, very hard getting that stuff done and getting it out the door on time. But I think it'll be worth it. But anyways, for now, I'm going to go ahead and kill the episode. If you're watching, thank you. Click likes, click follows, click subscribes, twist knobs, pull levers, in the words of Invader Zim. And I don't know. There may be a couple of more episodes this week. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on where I get and whether or not I've got anything that I want to show off for any reason. But I'll get to it when I get to it. But for now,